to go up into spread. How's it going, guys? We have a good bit of fertilizer to spread, and we're going to be doing this video. Also, I just got to finish off a little bit of slurry. Tankers on at the moment. We've been spreading a lot of slurry there lately in the last week, so I just got one paddock to finish off. I think it's probably only going to take a few more loads. I'm not sure, the guys, I wasn't spreading it so far, so maybe 2 or 3 more loads should have it done. So I'm going to get that done there, pop off the tank on the fertilizer spreader, and I got a lot of fertilizer spread. So just up here checking the tower, you probably would have seen a couple of videos ago we were pumping out all the slurry out of the tank below into here. We did end up taking off the tanker, putting on the agitator to pump back in the top to break up the crust a bit, because the propeller wasn't really getting to move it, but it did a good job, broke up most of the crust. That was a few days ago. You can actually notice the top of the propeller just pointing out there, so we're down at that level. But yeah, we've dropped it quite a lot. It was up here, so in the last week we've dropped it right down. Still a good bit left in it, but still a good bit of slurry spread. Long draw we were done, that's going to go for a third cut, so there'll be slurry to go out in that again after that. And now we have some more silage to be cut here at home as well, for a third cut too, so that'll be cut shortly. This is what I love about the trailing shoe. A few days since this was cut, so the regrowths are really flying up, and the trailing shoe just goes down through them, gets that slurry straight in the ground, doesn't contaminate the regrowths. That's what I love about them. If you were coming in splash plate at this stage, like, you'd be dirtying all that grass, and it would be very unpalatable then when the cows come back. How's it going, guys? It's the following day now. I just finished off that slurry yesterday, and I had a few other things to do, so I never got to continue on to the fertilizer, but we won't get going on that now today. So first of all, we got to take off the tanker, so she's in neutral on the pump. I'm going to turn off this tap here. This is just for the drop down trailing shoe. Turn that off so that when I put the handles in float, she won't drop down. Okay, so got the fertilizer spreader on the tractor there, and I actually fueled up the tractor there as well, and checked oil levels and tire pressures and things like that. So that's all ready to go. We're just finished milking there as well, so I'm going to lock out the cows. We're going to grab some breakfast and then we can start at the fertilizer. Okay, so it's the following day now again. I ended up doing a grass walk after breakfast yesterday. We decided we'd walk some reseeded ground, see how that was getting on, and some silage ground as well. So that added a bit more time onto it. So we were gone about 3.5–4 hours at that. So that brought us to lunchtime, and after lunch I had to milk cows. And then I had a few other things to do in the evening. So it's the following morning now, and we're finally getting at the fertilizer. But we're going straight at it right now. Nothing to get in my way. So we're loaded up there now, heading out to the fields. Not sure if you've seen the spreader in any of my videos before. It's our route spreader. We got it last year. It's spread between 18 and 24 meters. So what I've actually done on the farm, whether it's complicated or not, but I've just worked out from spreading a few times what spreading width works best in each paddock, and then I have it saved on the GPS. The recommended spreading width. So when I arrive up to a field and I select on the GPS, it says what spreading width to spread at. I can just select that. I have my spreader saved on the GPS, 3 different spreading widths: 18 meters, 21 meters, and 24 meters. When I arrive up to the gate of the field, then I'm jumping out to open the gate. I just run around the spreader and change the settings. They're pretty easy to change. So it just saves you know, doing less overlaps and not having little narrow strips left at the end. A little bit extra work with have to change the spreader, but it's simple enough when you're used to it. So the field we're going into is field 30. So just on our GPS unit here, then we open it up. It's a Trimble GFX 350 Lite. We got this off Vantage Ireland and it works pretty well. So we just select our field. It's usually one of the top ones here, 29 and 30. And you can see in brackets there it says 21 meters. So that field's selected. I have my correct tractor, and I just need to click my spreader. So I have my spreader at 3 settings here, so I'm going to make sure I have my 21 meter spreading selected. So field and spreader are matching up. Just going to create a new task then. Today we're spreading some protected urea. And there we go, click into the run screen and we're ready to go. There's our tractor. So before I started spraying today, I just screenshotted some of the settings from the app of the 3 different spreading widths that I'm going to be working on. It saves me having to open up the app every time. So on this spreader it's pretty easy. Our drop point will affect our spreading width, so that's where the fertilizer hits the disc. So that's very easy to change. And then this is our shutter speed, how open it is determines how much fertilizer is going to come out. That has to match our speed and our spreading width. And then on this side you also have the headland management, the limiter, so we can just adjust this depending on what type of fertilizer is going out and what's width you're spreading at. Most of the fields around the farm are 21 meters, a good few are 24, and some maybe the smaller, more awkward ones are 18. So here we are, spreading away. So this field we're spreading at 21 meters, nice big field. We got our guidance line here for one round, and then we'll switch the guidance lines to run up and down the field. Probably not my finest work on the drone. Very difficult to fly the drone at the same time as spreading fertilizer. I'm gonna have to get some auto steer, you know, that's the only way that I can let the tractor steer itself and I can fly the drone. So just after a bit of breakfast there, and Marianne's going milking there now, so just got the cows in for her. I'm going to continue on with the fertilizer there now. So with our grazing system, the way we spread fertilizer is little and often. So we usually spread fertilizer on the paddock after every time it is grazed. But we only spread a small amount each time, and enough to grow the grass until the next time it's going to be grazed. What we don't want to happen is put out too much nitrogen, and a lot of that nitrogen be in the grass but not have been used up when the cows eat it. Then you're taking away nitrogen and the cows have to process that extra nitrogen and put it back out through the urine, which means you're normally spreading fertilizer on the paddock about once every 3 weeks, and therefore we go and spread fertilizer every week, usually at least once a week. Ideally you can go more often. The sooner you can get into the paddock after it's been grazed, the better, but as long as you're in usually 2 weeks before it's going to be grazed again is best. Grazing around a paddock about every 3 weeks. Ideally you want to be getting in within a week of it being grazed. So logistically once a week usually works best. Because also chemical fertilizer can be hard on equipment. That means every time you use it, you know, you're going to want to wash it afterwards and not leave any of that chemical residue sitting on the fertilizer spreader and rusting it. And then also the tractor is going to be utilized for other things in between. So every time you want to spread fertilizer, you gotta put on the fertilizer spreader, spread, and then wash it after. With the amount of ground we're spreading every week, we could split it up and go twice a week, but logistically that can be challenging. Tractor could be busy with another task like spreading slurry or parlour washings or something else, so you gotta have other things to do. So usually I aim to try and stick to at least once a week. And depending on the time of year and growth rates, normally I'm kind of targeting a certain amount of kilos of nitrogen per day for the grass. So that will determine my rate. So usually right now I'm going at about 1 kilo of nitrogen. Right now I'm spreading for about 1 kilo of nitrogen per day, but sometimes I might spread at 1.2 or even up as far as 1.5. So I reckon there's about 30 kilos left after those paddocks. So I'll put all that into pasture base there, and then that'll keep track for me where I've spread and what I've spread. So I'll fill her up again there now and get going on the next paddocks. So I've a good bit to spread. I spread last Saturday or Sunday, and it's now Tuesday, so it's just over a week. Plus a couple of fields I didn't spread last week because they got slurry. So normally with slurry or fertilizer you want to leave a week between one application and the next. So the paddocks that got slurry, I might just give them a small top up. They won't get as much nitrogen as the rest of the paddocks, because they would have got some nitrogen from the slurry but not enough. So probably a little bit of extra ground spread this week, and then I have some silage ground as well which also needs to be spread. So that's the second load spread there now. I pretty much nearly finished. I do want to go over to some of the silage ground, the outblock, to spread some fert there. That where we cut the silage last week, and we spread some slurry on it. If you missed that video, guys, that was out last week, so check that out. But for this video, that's going to be it, guys. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and a comment below, and make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.